The ignited wings of a phoenix surround me. My body of work is leaps and bounds beyond outstanding. At times, this talent is overly demanding. This gift I'm still unwrapping, but never rapping. Styles handcrafted, callous hands carried heavy mallets, leaving my signatures behind on stone tablets. Saying my name grants you entrance. Welcome to the places I have visited. Since birth, inquisitive, a supreme sentient, a distinguished veteran. I paid my dues, I did the most. Tiptoed poetically across stages. Something amazing amazed them. My words have always been my saving grace. And when I spit my shit, I see that look on your face. Exchanged energy, the perfect transaction. Moments in time, embedded by a Mexican kid who could rhyme.
I met Rock around 2005, and since then, we've always been really close friends. We're actually a part of the same hip-hop group as well. His style of poetry has always been so raw and unique, and he's easily one of the best to ever do it. When we first met, it was at a place called the Paper Heart. So I figured, why not start there today? My brother. What's up, family?
See you, dog.
Oh, man, good to see you, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, thank you so much for, giving us your time, man, and being a part of this, man. I think it's going to be really something special, man, you are such a significant factor in the Arizona hip-hop and poetry scene and radio, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're just a man of all trades, and so I feel like, man, you have so much to offer, so much to talk about, and you also have a book,
yes,
that we're going to get into as well.
Yeah, man.
But I wanted to meet here for this specific reason because this is actually where we met. I want to say the year was around 2005.
Yeah, 04, 05.
04, 05.
Yeah, Tuesday night.
And for people that aren't aware, this right here was the Paper Heart. And Tuesday nights, they used to do a poetry night.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm talking every poet you can imagine in the town was definitely here. You know what I'm saying? This was the spot. You know what I mean? And at that time, that's when I met you. You had Wisdom used to come in here. You had Divine. You know what I'm saying? Manifest Destiny, man. Carly Hustle, when Carly was in town, like when she was working on the radio, you had everybody that was here. And so this place just really means a lot, man. And so what does this place mean to you?
Man, honestly, bro, it's kind of crazy being here because I haven't been here since, 06, 07 maybe.
Wow.
But nah, man, this is kind of where I stepped into the open mic scene and really kind of put my talent out there, my art out there. And it was dope because it was a very welcoming community. And the talent in the room, like you just fed off of that. And it was just, everybody would just go up there, they would do their thing and it grows. Some nights where it was like super crazy, some nights were smaller, but it was always dope, man. And it was just one of the few places we had to get our shit off, essentially.
Right, right, absolutely. And at the time that you were rocking here, now you were in TSOI.
Yeah, so this is early stages of TSOI,
Yep.
So this is kind of me doing my thing.
Right.
Shout outs to my man Arlo, got you here today, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Arlo was incredible poet himself. Yeah, man, that's early TSOI days, and I was still coming up here, just kind of cutting my teeth in the poetry scene and just kind of trying to make the name a little bit bigger.
Speaking of Arlo, man, God rest his soul, man. You know what I'm saying? Arlo Barone was literally the creation of TSOI.
Yeah, he was our backbone, essentially, man. He was
backbone, you know
he was a creative genius, the mad wizard, whatever you want to call it. He was just he was that guy.
He was, man.
He was that guy.
And God rest his soul, man. You know what I'm saying? That's so dope that he's with us right now, you know. Now, what was one night that you specifically remember here that really kind of stood out? Or maybe just your first night rocking here?
My first night was kind of crazy because at that point I was still real new to performing, so I was still a little timid. A
little tense, you know what I mean? Yeah.
It didn't have the stage presence that I garnered over the years.
Of course.
So it was challenging at first, but I mean once I got up there and kind of got into it, and the crowd was receptive, and it just got better and better every time, man. But that first time, I'll never forget that night. It was just It was just a random Tuesday. It wasn't anything special.
Yeah.
I had put my name on the list. I think I was like 7th or 8th on the list that night. And I was just kind of just sitting there, just chilling, kind of waiting for my name to get called. And they called my name, went up there and did my thing, and here we are.
You know, because the way I got introduced to this spot was through Novelty.
Yeah, Knob was here too, yeah.
So Novelty, I had met Novelty. At the time, he was being managed by DJ Seduce.
Yes.
So Seduce he used to be the in-house DJ here and kind of running a lot of the sound and running everything throughout here. And so he was like, yo, like you need to come to the Paper Heart. They do an open mic, you know, it's dope, man. It'd be a good way to get noticed, you know, and a lot of people that are important, you know, frequent here, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. So I was like, yo, all right, bet, let's do it, you know what I'm saying? So it was a Tuesday night, you know, it's probably like, I want to say like within 2, maybe 3 weeks of meeting him, came through here and just met everybody, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's dope that the sign is still here because, you know, this has been closed for mad years now.
Yeah, I forgot when they officially closed the place down. It's been forever.
It's been forever. And so the fact that at least the sign is still here, the building is still, obviously, as you can see, is still up and running. But like, it's just, I mean, it's one of those spots where it was like a hidden gem. You know what I mean? It's like if you knew, you knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was one of them niche spots.
And
it was kind of in that era too. That was like this spot fit that little niche era.
It really, really did. You know, and you know, we're right off of Grand Avenue, and Grand Avenue now has really expanded. You know, you have so many other venues. You know, you got the Egyptian Hotel across the street from here, and everything's been gentrified around here. But back in, you know, 18, 19, whatever years ago, man, it's like, it was kind of a ghost town, man. You know what I mean? It was like, this was like the main venue that was really popping, that brought life to Grand Avenue at that time. I mean, you have other bars and everything too, but as far as the music scene, the poetry scene, the open mic scene, this was the one. Yeah. And, you know, I felt that it was important to start here, because this is where we started, you know, and we're gonna be going on a little journey today with my man Rock. Yeah. And it's gonna be a good little trip down memory lane. We're gonna take you around some places, but definitely wanted to start here, man. You know what I'm saying? Is there any other thing that you could think of that just when you hear the Paper Heart? Man,
honestly, I just think back of those Tuesday nights, man. Like never knowing who was gonna show up, you know, never knowing what you were gonna hear.
Right.
And it was all different kind of styles too. You know, it was so many, and I always felt like I was a little left of what everybody else was doing stylistically, just because I think I'm a little bit different with the way I do my stuff. But
it stood out.
It did, and it was welcoming. Like I said, everybody was receptive, and yeah, man, those Tuesday nights. If you were here, you know.
So right now we're at this whole section right here. This was all the parking lot, and then this is new. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this right here was the actual tour, man. This was the entrance right here, and I remember, you would walk in. There was like a little snack bar that was on like I think it was like on the right side, and then you had the bar on the right, and then the stage was to the left, and everybody would just, and then you had like open seating inside and everything. But this was the entrance right here, man. You know what I'm saying? And we used to just come through even after like the night was done, when everybody was drunk and feeling good or whatever, there would be ciphers out here. You know what I mean? It'd be like right here, man. You just pull up and there'd be a cipher going right here. You know what I mean? And it was just really, really good energy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Long live the Paper Heart. The Brick House is one of the most iconic venues in Arizona for hip hop. So many legendary acts have performed there over the years. I actually got a chance to perform there myself. Rock and TSOI did shows there also. They've been closed down now for many, many years, but I figured we'd go over there, tell some stories, share some memories, and then definitely talk about his new book. And this place that we're speaking about right now is the one and only Brick House.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of shows here. I was fortunate to perform at a few.
Yeah.
I know you guys definitely rocked. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, I'm trying to think if TSOI actually did perform here. We had our release party booked here, and it got canceled like 2 weeks out. So, and we had flyers, posters. We had been promoting this, and we ended up moving it to Cooperstown. So I don't know if TSOI actually touched the stage here. I know I performed here at other shows, but Yeah, that's my main thing about the Brick House is how it got shut down, like before.
It was like,
Right before the album release party, because
Right.
all the posters, flyers say
Yeah.
the Brick House.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Remembering these certain times, you know, these certain just legendary moments, man, like just that happened here. I remember, you know, seeing KRS-One and, you know what I'm saying, Immortal Technique rocking here, and KRS like rocking in the crowd. Like that was when he jumped in the crowd and was freestyling. And then I remember afterwards that everybody rolled over to the IHOP when he used to be on Central in Virginia. And we all roll up there, and KRS walks in with Immortal Technique. I think Carly, because Carly was with them.
Yep.
She brought them, I believe, and they all come in and he just starts a cipher. There's like everybody literally from the show. I mean, it was like people waiting outside the door, and it's an IHOP. And KRS just walks in. That was the one.
That was the one.
That was the one. You know what I'm saying? If you came from here,
that was the
if
one.
you were anywhere like downtown, whatever, that was the joint.
That was our era late
was the
night.
joint.
That was our era's late night spot.
And like, man, it was like, it stemmed from after this show. And we got a chance to actually, myself, shout out to my brother Mega Ram, Novelty, Souley.
You didn't say his name right. It's Grammy nominated.
Grammy nominated. That's what I'm saying. And it was for Little Brother and Dilated Peoples.
Okay.
And this was the Get Back tour.
Okay.
And so we all got to rock there. We still got the photo, and you just see the crowd. And
Was that one of the last like shows that was here?
that was one of the last, because that was around, I want to say 07, 08.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that because another venue bites the dust out here.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
sad, man.
And it was like, but I just remember like, man, that just being like, you just felt on top if you got to, if you got to be here, you know what I'm saying? And just the energy was so great, you know, and oh man, you know, and now it's just, you know, it's empty. you know
It's
what I
boarded
mean?
up.
But,
It's a parking lot.
you know, but man, this was where a lot of things, a lot of people got their shine from, you know what I'm saying? And so, man, long live the Brick House, you know what I mean?
The infamous.
So now you dropped a book.
Yeah, man.
You dropped a book on it.
Yes.
The Pieces That Made Me.
Yeah, man. This right here.
Tell me exactly, first off, congratulations, brother. This is like, I'm so proud of you, man. Like this is, because it's something I know, you know, we've spoken off camera throughout the years you've been working on, and it's just so beautiful to see a plan come into fruition, you know what I mean? And so now, the title,
Yeah.
explain that to me.
The Pieces That Made Me. So this is a collection of my writing from the last like 25 years. So it's kind of me growing up from my like early 20s to where I'm at now. And there's happy stuff, sad stuff, love, hate, darkness. There's me kind of showing off a little bit. There's some stories in here, but I mean, overall, it's kind of a glimpse into my mind to kind of let you know who I am. It's been a labor of love, man. It's been working on this for about a year and a half, and kind of to finally let it go. It's a lot, cause like it's like my kid, bro. Like I'm letting somebody like take, cause my fear has always been that people that read my material, they're not gonna read it how I would perform it. And that's always been my fear. But it's just like,
Yeah, I get that.
You know.
I get that.
but yeah, the Pieces That Made Me, man. We're here. It's exciting, bro. It's really exciting to have it out, and the reception's been good.
Yeah.
Had a really dope release party, and there was just a lot of love in the room. So real grateful.
Okay? So now, out of, and like, does it have one of your first pieces in there?
So yes and no. So back in like 04 or 05, I had a hardcover writing book that I used to write all my stuff in.
Right.
And one night I made the mistake of leaving that in my car.
Ooh.
And my car got broken into. And they took my subs, my CD, my stereo, and they took my book.
Really?
So I lost like 9 months of material that night.
They took the book.
They took the book, yeah. I lost like 9 months of material, and I was really only able to like recreate like 2 of the pieces that I remembered. So one of them is in here. But yeah, to lose like those 9 months. The crazy part is though, I also feel like that it was like a shift for me, because I think as my creativity changed. Like my style, I changed a lot after my shit got stolen.
Okay.
Yeah, it fucked with me, bro. It was a lot. Like I was hurt. I cared more about that than the stereo and.
Of course, man. Those are materialistic things. Like this is from the heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We could go to Audio Express. We go to wherever we need to go get something else. But it's like, those are certain things that can't be replaced.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, now that you explained that to me, everything happens for a reason, and that was kind of a blessing in disguise because that fuel was exactly what you needed to ignite that fire.
Yeah, like I said, it was a huge shift and change in my writing style, and it probably wouldn't have happened had it not.
Right.
But yeah, that night was that was a big like memory in my life where I remember like vividly, like waking up that next day and just the panic of like, why did they take that?
Right.
Of all things.
But you knew throughout, I mean, because it's almost like, in a sense, it's almost like your diary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost like your journal.
Very personal.
Absolutely. You know?
That's why it was so hard to like actually like commit to doing this and putting it out because it's so personal.
Yeah.
There's stuff in here that no one's ever read, no one's ever seen.
Wow. Man.
You know, there's a lot of stuff that people are going to be like, oh, you know, it's, yeah. So,
but the cool thing about that is it kind of like opens their eyes more to like who you really are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they get to know Michael. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty of life. You know what I'm saying? Is the best part of life is when you actually get to grow into it. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
So, you know, the fact that you were able to do that and put that together, you're still here. It's just a blessing, man. You know, where can people get this at?
So right now, you can hit me up on any social media platform, Roknowledge, Roknowledge. Just shoot me a message. If you're local, hit me up. I'll meet up with you. I ship out. It's on Amazon, but I'm trying to get through my copies before I start throwing the Amazon link out there. Right. But if you find it on Amazon, by all means, purchase it.
We're trying to get it direct.
We're trying to get it direct. If you get it directly from me, it comes with a couple extras, a couple signed trading cards I had designed. I will sign every book. So yeah, just hit me up, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, if you know me. I got you.
If you had to pick, what's your favorite piece out of this book?
That's tough.
Well, just maybe one that just is like, you know.
What's in the title? It's basically, it's a story, but it's a story that's told with hip hop album titles throughout the whole piece. So it's a cohesive story.
Yeah.
But it's like album titles go throughout the entire piece. So that's one that sticks out.
That's dope.
Another one is the first piece in the book, where it's kind of me telling my story. And instead of hip hop album titles, I use Nas song and Nas album titles throughout the piece. Okay. And that's how the book starts. That's the first piece in the book. What's in the title is the last piece in the book. Okay. So those two stand out to me. I mean, it's just a lot, bro. It's tough. There's one called For Women about my mother, my sister, my grandmother, and a close friend of mine. That one stands out, obviously.
Right.
So yeah, there's just, like I said, man, it's a wide range of material topics. You know, it's a little bit for everybody.
You know, and on that subject right now, because that was a good point. Yeah. It's like, I think as men, I think it's very important to have strong, powerful women. You know what I'm saying? Like in our lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and you know, like you and your mother have a good relationship. You know, me and my mother are very close, and it's like, I just think as men, like we just need that. You know, you and your sister are very close. I'm very close with mine. There's a lot of similarities there, and it's just, and I feel like that's why I've always been able to appreciate that, you know, of you and admire that, because, you know, that's a lot more men need that in today's world, especially, and I feel like that definitely goes a long way. You know what I'm saying?
No, it does, man. Like my mom is, I mean, she's my rock. I mean, she's the one. I mean, she's the one anyone I would ever bring home has to measure up to. You know, she's the one, bro. I mean. She's the one that's always been there, and she's always, you know, that's moms, bro. Like, she's a fighter. She's the strongest woman that I know. You know, lucky to have her, blessed to have her. So, yeah. And definitely, man, like, you know, having a relationship with your mom is super important.
Right.
Super important. This guy.
We in these streets. We never know.
I'm like, man, we're trying to have a moment here, and this dude want to zip by on a little motorized scooter. Right. Like you didn't see us filming here, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But man, like, no, but I agree 1,000%, man, and I love that. I love that you know, I can't wait to. I got my copy. You know what I'm saying? And I can't wait to just dibble and just go through the whole thing, man, and really get to analyze it. And then, you know, kind of review it with you, you know what I'm saying? And
it's, like I said, man, it's
but it's a major accomplishment. You know, and it's something to you should be very proud of that, you know?
I definitely am. You know, it's still kind of like, it's a little surreal knowing that people are like reading like my thoughts and whatnot. But I mean, as an artist, I mean, that's what you have to do. You have to put it out there, and then people are going to perceive it how they're going to perceive it, you know, and just go take, you know, just take that and know that.
Well, and not only that, but, you know, your journey and your story can be inspiring for someone else as well. It could be therapy for somebody as well. There's a lot of people that, you know, maybe thousands of people have been through heartbreak, love, and, you know, certain situations in life. And so maybe to hear that from you, because you've always been just like a powerful figure in the scene, man. You know, you're rock. I mean, the name says it all. You know what I mean? So for people to actually be able to see a different side of you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's important.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, you're definitely going to see sides of me that you probably wouldn't normally.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of the beauty of it too. Mm-hmm. You know, there's more to me than what you might see on the surface or what you think you know.
Right.
You know, I'm just a kid from Arizona, bro. Grew up in Phoenix. Yeah. Mexican kid. Grew up in Maryville, West Side. You know. Right. It's just, you know, I fell in love with hip hop. That's why I'm here. Like, seriously. I gave a speech at my release party, and I just mentioned the fact that I'm so grateful that my parents never put any restrictions on what I wanted to listen to, because them allowing me to discover and find myself with music and whatnot is why I am the way that I am today. Like, my entire world changed when I discovered hip hop. Like, everything just, a little switch was lit, and I've been just in love with it since. So, like, I'm so grateful that they allowed me to, like, listen to, because they didn't understand it. I know they didn't understand what I was listening to, and rightfully so. Right. You know, but they there was no pushback. You know, they kind of allowed me to do my thing, and music was and still is my escape and my getaway. So, that's what it is, man.
There it is.
Yeah.
Pieces That Made Me. Go get it now.
Right now.
Beautiful. So now we're over here at the one and only Power 98.3 building, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, all the homies who helped put us on, you know, throughout the years, man. But I want to specifically ask a question, a memory of yours. Friday Night Flavors.
Man, Friday Night Flavors was, for those that don't know, that was the longest running hip hop show in Arizona. Yep. I was fortunate enough to be invited up just to come hang out. I got an open invite from Matlocks one day.
Matlocks.
Shouts out to my big bro.
Boogie.
He gave me the open invite to basically, if I wanted to come up on a Friday night, I could just come up on a Friday night. So I would just come up here every Friday, just vibe out. You know, if there was guests, I would let them in, or there was a couple times where I brought guests down to the studio for them. A funny one, J-Live from the Beatnuts was in, or J-Rock from the Beatnuts had a show at the Loft on Mill Avenue.
Okay, yeah, the Loft.
Yeah, so I was there with Matt, and Matt had the dip to come start Flavors, and then J-Rock was gonna come spin, so I you know, brought J-Rock, and as soon as we walked into the studio, Matt was like, oh shit, because it smelled like 18 pounds of marijuana. Because J-Rock had that good.
He had it on him, he had that thing. Right.
It was that night, that was legendary. Another one was with Chino XL, man. We had Chino XL up here. Oh, man. Rest in peace, Chino.
Dead, man. Yeah.
I remember he came here he had a show at the Loft, brought him up here. He did Flavors, we hung out, and then afterwards, me, Ramses, and I think Squeak, we all bounced with Chino, and we went to the Waffle House over by Arizona Mills.
Arizona Mills,
yeah.
Baseline,
yep. And fucking broke bread, late, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
And then like the infamous night that I think anybody in the Arizona hip hop scene knows is the 7-year anniversary party for Friday Night Flavors, where Jay Dilla, So Far to Go song saved the show, because Mad Rich got locked out the DJ booth. Somehow, somewhere, we don't know, the door just locked, and Matt was running CDs in the other room. It was panic and pandemonium, and mind you, they had everybody from the scene up there that night too, like rotating in to come to rhyme throughout the night. So everybody had a time to be up there. So there's mad people, and the studio door just magically got locked. And Matt threw Dilla on. think we had like 4 minutes to get something happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how the door got opened again. None of us do, but it did. And Mad Rich got in there pretty much right on time too, and went right back into the mix. So, Flavors was this was a lot of dope memories, AZ hip hop related, in that building, man. A lot of them.
Oh, absolutely, man. You know what I'm saying? And like that, yeah, like, you know, Matlock, Squeak Boogie, you know, Ramses, you know, Little Sean, you know, Karina,
Chino.
you know, Double A Ron, man. Like you just, yeah, you had, it was something out here, man, that was just, it was very, very special to the scene out here because they were giving local talent the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, as long as you were dope, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, you know, we can't just put everybody.
No, and that's what it was too. You know? Like, there was a certain level of skill you had to possess to come up to Flavors, and for that matter, to come to Rhyme and Reason.
And then you had Rhyme and Reason, you know what I'm saying? But that stemmed from Flavors.
This all stems out of Flavors, man.
You know,
honestly, like not getting that invite to just come hang out, and then I'll never forget the night that Matt hit me and asked me to co-host Rhyme and Reason with him too. Like that was like, like, whew.
Exactly.
So I mean, yeah, man. So it all started here though. It all started
right here. You know what I'm saying? This was a lot of good memories, man.
This was a good time on a Friday night, late night. Midnight to 4, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's dope because now you got Melissa the Midnight Mamacita back over here, you know, and she's with Matt.
Yes, sir.
And it's just dope to see that continuation of the people that were legendary in the scene out here that are still putting on, still doing it, and you know, but it's just so much history right here, man. So we had to pull up. You know?
Had to. And also shout out to Yaya on the Pulse. The Pulse is also extended family of Flavors, Rhyme and Reason. We all come from the Flavors tree. So.
Definitely. Bootleg Kev, Bootleg Kev was in here, you know.
Kev used to do all my t-shirts, all my album logo t-shirts. Kev did all those for me back in the day, yeah.
Oh, nice.
I met him up here.
Yeah, you know, so.
Literally everybody was up.
Everybody, man.
It was a rotating, it was everybody coming in and out. It was.
Right. Good
times, man.
A lot of good times, man. So, Power 98, baby. The Mason Jar was the venue for some of the most legendary hip-hop shows that Phoenix has ever seen. So I figured why not pull up over there, do a little reminiscing. So now, man, we're over here at the infamous, it was the Rebel Lounge now, but this will always be the Mason Jar.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? And now I never got the opportunity to perform at the Mason Jar.
Really?
I got a chance to open up for the Beatnuts. Shout out to Chuck over at Trill for putting me on the show. I got to open up for the Beatnuts here. I want to say it was like 2016 or whatever.
Okay.
But I never got to perform here when it was the Mason Jar. So you guys did. Please tell myself, the viewers, what that experience was like.
So this is pre-TSOI. So this was when the crew was Collective or Pantheon. This is when I first met those guys in like 2002-ish, maybe time frame.
Yeah.
And they had a show here. You pulled up. That's why when I walked in here the first time when it got remodeled, I was like, "What the hell?" Because it's a whole lot nicer.
Right.
But it was your classic hole in the wall, just dingy.
Right.
It was just a stage, a spot for the crowd. I don't remember they had a bar in there.
Yeah, that bar is new.
Yeah, I don't remember there being a bar back then. And it was just local. This was a spot for local shows. It was Attitude Promotions, which is Audie Carter, who is
rest in peace, Audie Carter.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
It's like she gave. I mean, a lot of people got their start doing shows right here. So yeah, this is a piece of history, man, and it's dope that it's still here.
Yeah. You know, the amount of acts that you had, especially from back then, like, because I heard that, and I want to say it was probably like a year before they blew up, Nirvana performed here.
Yeah.
When it was the Mason Jar, and you know, I mean, so you had like a young Kurt Cobain here, man. You know what I'm saying? Unsigned, you know, and then it was like a year later, Smells Like Teen Spirit dropped, and they were out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were on MTV, but they did a tour. It was like a promo tour, and it was something like, and they were, you know, just trying to get it popping out of Seattle. You know what I'm saying?
Because the Mason Jar at the time was a lot like the Nile. Now. It was just a lot of indie rock, a lot of grunge, punk. That's the spots we had to go to. I mean, and the same for them too. I mean, those are the venues that were available to them. So
yeah, they're like, if we're gonna touch down in Phoenix, then we got to hit the Mason Jar. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but that just is a you know, it's just a statement of how impactful that this place was. You know what I mean? At a time, you know. And now, of course, you know, they're still alive and thriving. They're doing a lot. They do a ton of shows here, but it's just, you know, it will always be, you know.
It all stems from that, because you figure with Attitude Promotions, that led into TMC, which led into Universatile, which, I mean, it's all from the lineage, man. It all started with that. I mean, without them doing what they did, the next person wouldn't have done what they did, et cetera, man.
Right.
So it all trickles back, man. It's all a cycle.
So you guys were pre-TSOI when you were rocking here.
Yeah, that's back when initially the crew was Pantheon, and then it became Collective. And so this was before. And then when we got with TSOI, that's when Collective and Darkwater Merchants, which was Sun, Indrid, Jack Sparrow, we all kind of like formed like Voltron, and because of this guy right here.
Right.
Fucking Arlo brought us all together, brought a bunch of knuckleheads together.
Right.
And I mean, the rest is history, man. We did a lot. It was a fun time, a lot of good memories.
So who were the crew members that rocked here then? Do you remember?
It would have been Judge, Nonsense, Virus.
Okay.
Who else was here? Sci-Fi, which is Rich, who's not I don't know what happened to him. Adam, which I forgot what his rap name was. I think those were the main ones though. But it was So and the ones that carried over obviously was Judge, Virus.
Yeah.
And then obviously we linked up with, Species was here. I think Species was a part of that back then too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Man, and then from then on, it's like, but that's what sparked it. And then from then, you know, then you had Collective. Then
well, yeah, because Arlo, Kenny knew Arlo from through high school, and I went to Independence with Blurry Eye, who was best friends who did music with Tragic, who's Arlo's best friend. So like the ties that bound everybody.
Right.
Like we were eventually gonna come together at some point.
Yeah.
It just happened to happen when it did, and I mean, it was a moment, bro. We were loved, we were hated, rightfully so. I mean, we weren't probably the easiest crew to deal with, because you had 37 people, 37 people showing up to everything.
Yeah, you guys were our Wu-Tang, you know what I mean?
We heard that a lot, I mean, it was just dope, bro. Like signing the deal, touring, putting the album out, like. I miss those days. I miss everything like that went into all that, because all the stuff after wasn't as fun.
Right.
But we did what we did, and you can't talk about Arizona hip hop and not talk about the Society of Invisibles.
No.
It's impossible. You cannot exclude us. So we're a big part of this shit.
Amen, man.
Yeah.
There it is.
The fuck?
Damn. So now at this point, we're pretty much wrapping up. And all that walking around town had me and the guys build up a huge appetite. So I wanted to take them over to one of my favorite pizza spots in town and decompress, reflect a little bit, and call it a day. And at this point now, you can see for yourself, Rock is definitely a gem and a great human being. And this was just so much fun.
What's up, y'all? My name is Roknowledge, and thank you for giving me a day.